Strategic analysis tools help us understand the environment in which a business operates. They support leaders and managers in making informed choices in complex settings. But as markets evolve and technologies advance, these tools also need to adapt. In this lesson, we'll explore how strategic analysis tools are shifting to keep up with modern challenges. You'll gain insight into the key trends transforming these frameworks from digital integration to real-time data usage. By the end, you'll be better equipped to choose or adjust your tools for today's fast-moving landscape. One major trend is the increasing use of integrated frameworks. Traditional tools like SWOT or PESTLE are still useful, but leaders are now blending them for a fuller picture. For example, combining PESTLE, which evaluates external factors like politics and technology, with SWOT helps organizations spot risks and strengths more contextually. This hybrid approach reflects a growing need to think holistically rather than relying on one standalone method. Another emerging shift is toward dynamic and real-time analysis. Historically, strategic tools worked with periodic data, quarterly reports, annual reviews, and so on. Today, decision-makers want up-to-the-minute insights. Tools are beginning to include live dashboards, AI-generated forecasts, and instant competitor tracking. This is especially useful in fast-paced industries like e-commerce or tech, where timing can be the difference between leading and falling behind. Data visualization is also redefining how strategic tools are used. Leaders no longer want to read dense written reports or complex tables. They're asking for visual summaries, interactive heat maps, trend graphs, and even simulations. A well-designed dashboard offers the same data as a written report, but makes insights easier to share, understand, and act on. This drives faster alignment across teams and levels. Customization is steadily gaining importance. While standard tools provide templates, organizations now seek tailored versions. For instance, retail chains may want a PESTLE model that focuses more on consumer trends and regulatory shifts. A manufacturing firm might need SWOT matrices that reflect its unique global supply risks. Strategic tools are becoming modular, so they can be adjusted to serve the specifics of an industry or company size. Digital collaboration features are also reshaping how teams use these tools. Previously, frameworks were completed during physical meetings with whiteboards or printed templates. Now, cloud-based platforms allow multiple users, often across time zones, to work on the same SWOT, PESTLE, or competitive analysis in real time. This shift makes the strategy process more inclusive, faster, and in some cases, far more detailed. Sustainability and social impact are making their way into the standard analysis process. In the past, tools like PESTLE might mention environmental regulations under the E, but stop there. Today, companies want to go deeper. They add specific factors such as climate risk, social equity, ethical sourcing, and long-term ecological impacts. With pressure from both consumers and investors, strategy tools are evolving to reflect environmental, social, and governance concerns, often referred to as ESG. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are increasingly behind the scenes of strategy development. Rather than manually collecting market data, leaders now use AI-powered tools to aggregate and analyze trends. For example, a tool might scan thousands of product reviews, news articles, and social media posts to surface shifting consumer sentiment. This makes it possible to test assumptions and scenarios much faster than before. Scenario-based simulation is another fast-growing trend. Instead of only discussing potential risks abstractly, teams are now using software to model different futures: best case, worst case, and most likely. A global business might simulate the impact of new tariffs or currency fluctuations before committing to a market. These what-if models help reduce guesswork and prepare teams for change with greater clarity. Industry-specific strategy platforms are on the rise. Instead of general-purpose tools, sectors like healthcare, energy, or fintech are adopting specialized versions. These often come preloaded with relevant data points, regulations, or benchmarks. A bank, for instance, might use a version of Porter's 5 Forces updated with digital disruptions like neobanks or blockchain. Customization helps leaders focus on what truly matters in their field. There's also greater emphasis on continuous learning from past strategies. Strategic tools are increasingly designed to act like feedback systems. They not only assist in creating a plan, but track how well it performed, highlighting what worked and what didn't. This allows for faster iteration. Leaders can refine their tools based on experience, making each round of planning smarter than the last. Digital ethics and data privacy concerns are beginning to influence how analytical tools are designed and deployed. Especially in environments governed by regulations like GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, organizations must ensure that their data sources and analysis processes comply. In practice, this means checking how data is collected, stored, and used when making strategic decisions. Globalization continues to drive the evolution of strategic frameworks. Modern tools must account for cultural variation, international market trends, and geopolitical shifts. For example, a company operating in Asia and Europe can't rely on a single fixed model. Tools are now built to factor in region-specific risks, from data localization laws to labor market changes, making strategy more nuanced. Lastly, there's a growing trend towards strategy democratization. Tools are being designed not just for the boardroom, but for mid-level managers, project teams, and even frontline staff. The idea is that strategy is too important to be left to executives alone. User-friendly platforms and mobile access mean more people can engage with strategic thinking, driving alignment across the company. To wrap up, strategic analysis tools are no longer just static templates. They're evolving, personalized, and tech-powered systems. Today's tools offer real-time insight, visual clarity, AI assistance, and global relevance. By staying informed about these trends, you'll be better prepared to lead strategy in a landscape that rewards speed, adaptability, and inclusivity. In the next lesson, we'll take a closer look at how digital and AI-driven tools are shaping the future of strategy thinking.